Hi, it's Furious Fiction. You've got Mark Mustian, you got Diane Roberts, and we've got Jaimy Gordon, and we are so excited
and honored.
She is the author of Lord of Misrule. She's the winner of the National Book Award. She is an awesome writer, and Jaimy, welcome. We're so glad you're here with us.
Thank you.
Very pleased to be there.
Tell us a little bit. Lord of Misrule, for those who haven't read it, is all about horse racing and kind of the I'm trying to think of the lower end of horse racing. And have you lived around horses, and do you have background? Tell us how you came to that.
It is as low end in horse racing as you can possibly get. When I was in my mid-20s, at the end of the 60s, 1970, I stumbled into the racetrack life around Charlestown, West Virginia, where there were two large dumping grounds at that time for better tracks on the East Coast. The two tracks were Shenandoah Downs and Charlestown Racetrack. But everyone knew in West Virginia that there were two much worse tracks up the Ohio River around Wheeling Downs, and closer to Pittsburgh, near Steubenville, Ohio, Waterford Park.
And did you find yourself in, Steuben Downs, just happened to be there, or you just knew of it?
I never even saw those two most horrible racetracks. But I worked in an equally bad racetrack in Vermont. But those two West Virginia tracks on the banks of the Ohio River were so legendary to horse players at that time. I want people who know anything about horse racing in that era to think fondly, but also shaking their heads back to those two tracks.
And these were sort of, you said dumping grounds, were they for horses that couldn't make it, or trainers that didn't have money, or what?
Yes, very much. The two tracks around Charlestown actually had a better grade of horses than Wheeling Downs or Waterford Park.
Yeah.
Exactly, because they were the next stop after Pimlico or Laurel or Bowie or Liberty Bell or any number of East Coast tracks. Those tracks up the Ohio River were one down. At least one down.
Wow. Well, tell me about your horses now. I love the names of the horses in the books, and they're very clever, I think, Mahdi and Little Spinoza and Lord of Misrule himself. Talk about those names and what you were thinking of.
Well, of course, I'm trying to... my whole book is about solitary people who are philosophers in the privacy of their own thoughts, and that includes the horses. So it's not, it wasn't a very far stretch, especially since the famous line of horses at the time descends from some fictional horse called Speculation through Platonic, who my character met, down to Little Spinoza, who's a grandson of Speculation.
Which is a good joke right there, yes.
Right, exactly. But Little Spinoza he's a dangerous, difficult horse until he's finally happy. And then he's even more of a danger to himself when he expects nothing but good from nature. So he's an imperiled, they're all imperiled horses, one way or another. Pelter was a name that I took from a horse that I actually worked on. I loved that horse, so I had to, and I loved his name too.
So you worked on horses. I mean, what did you do with the horse?
I was a groom.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a groom in such a small operation that basically I was doing everything.
Wow.
So I was a hot walker. I was a groom. I was a nursemaid. I was there for my name to be used if somebody had to be an owner of the horse. In place of a person whose name should not appear in the newspaper.
Well, Jaimy, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Wish we could go on longer.
It so often happens. Right as we get going, we're going to have to leave here. But thanks so much for being with us. And
wonderful book.
Again, it's Jaimy Gordon. She's the author of Lord of Misrule, winner of the National Book Award. Jaimy, real quick, what's coming next? Do you have anything in the works next?
I'm working on a novel about a young Jewish woman married to a German photographer who lives in a small town in Germany, and there she discovers some Jews who have been living in a cave since the war. They've kind of stopped time in the middle of a card game. And meanwhile, she's pressing her husband to research the history of this town, and he's reading the sports pages instead. I mean, it's a serious novel, but has its funny aspects.
Sounds like
we'll
it.
look forward to that. Thanks so much, Mark Mushton with Diane Roberts. Thanks for being with us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you both.
Bye-bye.